In the spirit of openness, I would like to share my personal story and why I give, in the hopes that this will help you to understand my connection to and interest and passion for philanthropy. For me, my story begins with my mother. Like so many of us, my mother was my role model, my shining light, my best friend, my soulmate. She dedicated her life to serving individuals and organizations in our local community here in Silicon Valley. And she and my father taught my brother and I from an early age the importance of giving through their example. When I was 23, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. The day I found out, I began a 20-month journey as her primary caregiver prior to her passing. As anyone who has taken care of a sick family member knows, in making that choice, you are choosing to live completely in service of another. Through this experience, I realized that the very reason for my entire existence was to be in service of others, just as my mother had been. But it was not just being in service of others, it was also specifically to play a role in empowering other people to give in a way that is deeply meaningful to ourselves as well as to the organizations and people we ultimately each aspire to help. Throughout my life, the memory of my mother and the profound experience I had taking care of her inspires my daily choices and are powerful motivations for my own giving. That inflection point, that utterly transformational time in my life, was what inspired me to dedicate my life to service and to giving. It was not until I had completed my very first giving reflection, my formal taking a step back and looking at all of the gifts that I had made in all different sizes and forms, that I found out my own philanthropic passion. And that passion was furthering the field of philanthropy. And believe me, that was not an easy process. That was a reflection of over 5 years of giving my entire portfolio of resources to myriad different causes that I came upon what was most meaningful to me. And over the last 14 years, I have refined this broad goal into very specific areas, geographically, population-wise, market need-based areas in which I uniquely could make a meaningful, measurable dent in solving core problems within this particular arena, the arena of the philanthropic field itself. So now I would like each one of you to take a few minutes to think about an experience, an individual, an event that inspired you to give. It doesn't need to be the first experience that inspired you, but think of a pivotal moment that motivates you to take action and make a difference every time you think about it. Spend about 3 minutes right now and write out your personal story in your workbook. What was one of your most powerful inflection points that shapes your giving attitudes and your behaviors today? Describe what happened, how it impacted you, how it made you feel then, how it makes you feel now, and how it still inspires you today. This reflection will provide framing for our strategy discussion as you begin to hone in on an issue area that you want to create impact in.